we're an Australian couple, Rob and Karen, who worked out before it was too late that life is for living. So we're off sailing to catch our Dreamtime, exploring as many of Indonesia's 17,000 islands as we can. Come along on our journey as we make the most of every single day in Series 5, Dreamtime Sulawesi. 220 days since sailing from Lombok to explore Sulawesi, we reached our final stop on this amazing island. We intended to spend 10 days or so here in the city of Makassar. The plan was to have a quick look around before our buddy boaters Daniel and Emma on Lola B would keep an eye on our Dreamtime while we flew out of the country to Kuala Lumpur for a couple of nights to restart our now almost expired Indonesian visas. Then on our return, we'd sail west. That was the plan. The reality was, we discovered so much to see and do in Makassar. 3 weeks passed before we could drag ourselves away. And what we found here wasn't just history and harbours. So before we take you west with us, sailing to Borneo and beyond, let's take a quick look at why Makassar stole our hearts. The historic port city of Makassar is the capital of South Sulawesi and home to 1.5 million people, located very close to the geographic centre of the country. The city takes great pride in its position as the centre point of Indonesia, with major new developments continuing on a large site dedicated to this theme. Our first impression of the city was dominated by the striking Mosque of 99 domes on the western side of our totally protected anchorage. It contrasted so starkly with the high-rise metropolis to the east. Getting ashore against the stone sea wall proved a little awkward at times, but it was fantastic to have our boats anchored right in the middle of the city, with most things within easy walking distance. Even fuel was only a short tri-shore ride away.
Welcome to the City of Makassar, everyone. It is a fabulous city. It is the 5th largest city in Indonesia and we are thoroughly enjoying it. They have so much sculpture and street art around the city. We've just been enjoying walking around and taking all the sights in. It is just so different to what we have been doing when we've been sailing around Indonesia.
We discovered a vibrant waterfront with numerous outdoor eateries, art galleries and other attractions, along with an over-the-water mosque that predated its much larger new rival. Behind the quiet stone walls of nearby Fort Rotterdam lies a violent past. Once the palace of Sultan Hasanuddin, it was the heart of Makassar's resistance before Dutch VOC colonial forces conquered the city in 1669 after a brutal 3-year campaign. This left many thousands dead and shattered a once powerful kingdom. The Dutch then built Fort Rotterdam on the site in their own architectural style. The fort has been very well preserved and now houses an excellent museum and also acts as a hub for community events. The city's major port lies nearby, but a little further up the coast we discovered a smaller harbour packed with traditional timber vessels that provide so much of the country's commercial transport. In fact, Indonesia boasts the world's largest fleet of timber ships, carrying all sorts of goods between its 17,000 islands. Strolling these docks, our minds were easily transported back centuries to a time before huge cranes lifting containers, when all freight was loaded by hand on the backs of men. Wandering the waterfront and narrow laneways beyond held its own delights, particularly the ever-friendly children eager to say hello. Look at this one! Trishaws proved a very cheap way to explore much of the city. It allowed us to visit sites away from the harbour side, such as the Great Mosque with its tall minaret and wonderful gardens. Karen was even very kindly spirited inside for a personal tour by one of the worshippers.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Indah.
Yeah.
Indah. Sekali indah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another favourite we discovered in Makassar was the Swiss Bell Hotel on the waterfront. On the weekends, it offered an all-you-could-eat buffet for the equivalent of under $10 Australian in their terrace restaurant. Not only was the food spectacular, the terrace overlooked the harbour and provided stunning sunset views on every occasion we indulged ourselves, which, at that price, was every chance we got. Of course, the absolute highlight of our time in Makassar, and in fact one of the most memorable locations we've seen in all of Indonesia, was our visit to the amazing valley of Ramang Ramang. Its stunning rock formations, waterways, limestone caves, and towering mountains on all sides left an indelible mark on our minds. Our day trip also included the Leang Leang Archaeological Park, with cave art dated to be many thousands of years old. We covered both these in detail in our last episode, so if you missed it, make sure you click back and take a look. We're sure you'll find it well worth the effort. Then it was time to head for the airport.
Off for another visa run, this time to Kuala Lumpur. We'll be back in a couple of days.
Get to pay to go out to lunch and cook our own.
We've had to leave Indonesia temporarily for a visa run, but what timing! We're able to coincide it with our 39th wedding anniversary, and we found this amazing hotel for all of $30 Australian a night, with this rooftop pool, bar and view of the Petronas Towers. So a fairly romantic sort of spot for a big celebration. 39 years together, that's a long time. Landing back in Sulawesi after our very fleeting trip out of the country, we went with a 30-day visa on arrival option, which we could then extend for another 30 days in Borneo. This would give us ample time to clear out of Indonesia at the island of Belitung before sailing on to Malaysia.
Ready?
Next morning was all about preparing to leave at 1 p.m. the following day to sail west. So fresh food and fuel were the priorities, but in the afternoon we did take a break to welcome some guests on board. We arrived back from Kuala Lumpur yesterday to Makassar, and of course we arrived to get a new visa for Indonesia, and were helped very in a very very efficient and friendly manner by the immigration officers at the airport. And they were so nice that after getting all cleared through, they even offered us a lift back to our boat because they were knocking off work, they were finishing. So what we decided to do was just say, hi, why don't you come out and have a look at the boat? So they've come out to have a look at our Dreamtime, and very nicely
Brought coffee and cake.
brought coffee and a local delicacy cake. And I've got to say, I've been waiting to try this one. So what do you think, Karen? How is it?
It's beautiful. It's got cinnamon and walnuts in it. It's yum.
It's been lovely to have guests on board again and give them an idea of what we do and how we live aboard our Dreamtime.
Dreamtime.
It's 10 to 1, and of course yesterday, in yesterday's situation report, we said 1 o'clock today was going to be anchor up for us to head west on our way to Kalimantan. Now, have I mentioned how on SV our Dreamtime plans change sometimes? Yep, just occasionally, or a lot. Well, they've changed again because we went ashore for a final dinner in Makassar last night, and we started talking to one of the locals and mentioned that we're leaving today, and they were aghast. They said, you can't leave. Tomorrow is the festival. So we started asking about the festival, and we'd noticed them erecting some stages and a lot of marquees and things around the harbour. It's the F8 festival apparently, and it starts today and runs for 4 days. And it's a pretty big deal. In fact, it opens late this afternoon with an air show by the Indonesian Air Force and other military elements. There's performances right across 3 different stages. It looks just too good to leave yet. So we're going to stay for all of those opening performances and then shift our departure back to tomorrow. The weather forecast is exactly the same for the next 4 days. So that makes no change other than we'll have a little bit less moonlight for the night passage because the full moon was back on, I think, Monday. So, yep, imagine that. Our Dreamtime plans changing. Not as if that's ever happened before. But yeah, it sounds too good to miss. It's a big deal. They're, across the 4 days, they're expecting over 500,000 people. Now, we did a bit of research and had a look at some YouTubes of the last couple of years' festivals, and I got to tell you, they were very well attended, and it looks like there's a lot of great local colour. The whole F8 is for, it stands for things like friendship, folk, fashion, flora, fauna, celebrating all the good things about Sulawesi. So the F8 festival, we are delaying our departure 1 day for what we have termed the effing festival. Daniel and Emma joined us on our Dreamtime to watch the afternoon's entertainment, and we all went into hurry up and wait mode, anticipating the action starting. The Navy arrived first. Then the Air Force made a dramatic entrance overhead. Here they come, straight over the top of our Dreamtime.
How have we seen SG? Woohoo!
Our Dreamtime appeared to be the epicentre of the fighter jet's attention as they made pass over pass directly over our masts. Then the paratroopers dropped in for a visit, complete with a huge Indonesian flag.
There you go, he's just commentating what's actually happening and talking about the Indonesian flag.
They all landed safely ashore, so the rescue boats had an easy afternoon. The jets made their farewell pass. The Navy headed home. And we enjoyed another stunning sunset before going ashore to join the party.
You name it, it's in there, and it is in this amazing sauce. I have to find out what the chef has got in that sauce.
We found a little bit of home here at the F8 Festival at Makassar. They're giving away Anzac biscuits. How cool is that? And you can get your photo taken at, well, looks like off an Australian beach. All very cool.
Oh no, 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 no.
No venom, no venom. No venom.
Oh, Karen, kamu kesini sama siapa? Kamu kesini sama, kamu tahu bahasa Indonesia? Do you know Indonesian? Love. Coba satu kata bahasa Indonesia, one word bahasa Indonesia that you know. Terima kasih. Anything else?
We decided to postpone our trip by a day to take part in all of this. It's all a bit of fun.
It is a bit of fun, but as per usual, we just change our plans whenever we feel like it.
Because we
can.
No more false starts. Next episode, we finally do make it out of Makassar and on our way westwards towards Borneo, via a couple of very cool islands, so make sure you join us then. Life's for living, so we're all about making the most of every single day. If you're thinking of venturing to Indonesia, Karen has put together a wealth of knowledge now all available at a mouse click. Check this out. Our newest ebook, Follow in Our Wake Indonesia, details everything we learned on our sailing journey through Indonesia during 2023 and 4. It's meant to complement, not replace, existing pilot guides on the region. While those pilot guides and boating apps are valuable, our ebook includes details on local attractions, local contacts for assistance, and practical tips like fuel station and market locations. Our goal is to provide a comprehensive guide for sailors and travellers, akin to a lonely planet for the sea. Our travels have taken us to the most popular Indonesian locations, as well as lesser known areas generally not visited by the sailing community. Even if you don't follow our exact route, the content in this ebook will be valuable for many areas you may sail to. Starting from our last anchorage in Australia at Horn Island in the Torres Strait, through Indonesia and ending in Paotere Harbour in southern Malaysia, the book traces our southeast monsoon season journey from July 2023 to November, and then transitioning into the northwest monsoon from December 23 and navigating the equatorial regions of North Sulawesi, and returning to the southeast monsoon season from April to September 2024. Follow in Our Wake Indonesia Part 1 covers a total of 5,939 nautical miles or 11,000 kilometres over 423 days. The ebook includes additional links to extra information contained in blogs and YouTube episodes, providing a comprehensive overview of the regions we explored. This almost 400-page ebook goes beyond anchoring locations and offers anchorage positions and notes, weather conditions, interactive tracks between anchorages, waypoints and depths, navigation hazards, passage making and mileage, insights on those anchorages, brief history and cultural information, points of interest in each area, and extremely valuable contacts for tours and local assistance, plus general information of those destinations. There's recommendations for markets, laundry services and dinghy docks with maps for precise locations. This guide caters to both sailors and travellers, reflecting our dual identity as both. We truly hope you get the opportunity to enjoy this beautiful country. It really has spectacular destinations, and the people's friendliness and generosity knows no bounds. We're keen photographers, videographers and storytellers, and through this ebook, combined with our blogs, YouTube episodes and photos, we hope to encourage sailors and other travellers to spend more time in this beautiful country. You can check out Follow in Our Wake Indonesia, plus our other books, screensavers and more at our bookshelf on Payhip. It's at the link in the corner or in the episode description below. A little indulgence. Oi, that's my character. No, I don't want any. Español. Portugal. Tell me what you found.
Oh, found a seafood. Excuse me, my mouth is full.
39 years together? That's a long time.